Okay, I'm gonna say it. The Thunderbolts looks amazing. Everything from the action to the story and characters looks great. I was excited for this film when it was announced and was one of the few people who actually really liked the team's lineup when it was revealed. But over time, after the last number of mediocre MCU projects, my excitement went a bit down. I was still looking forward to the film, just not as much as when it was first announced. But man, did that trailer win me over. They are cooking. We've been needing a movie like this in the MCU for a while now. A film that brings new and old characters together to team up would have made Phase 4 and 5 feel so much more connected. It's been such a long time since we've had an Avengers movie. I know we're getting Doomsday in less than 2 years, but think about it. When that movie finally releases, Avengers Endgame would be 3 years shy of a decade old. Yep, let it sink in. We're all getting old. One of the most interesting things in this trailer is this guy, Bob. The trailer has kept him very mysterious, which I hope they do for the rest of the marketing for the film. I do know the identity of this character and have some things that I want to say about him. So for those who do not want to know who Bob really is, go to this timestamp on the screen now and maybe don't follow the rest of the marketing of the film. 3, 2, 1. So Bob is this character, Robert Reynolds, the Sentry. He's basically Marvel's Superman, but way more OP. They say he has the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, which is kind of impressive. In real life, the Sentry character has only been around since the year 2000, but in the Marvel lore, he's been around since the 1940s. Sentry was even friends with the Fantastic Four and came across characters like the Hulk and Doctor Doom, but Robert had to erase everyone's memory, including himself, to keep his evil alter ego known as the Void from taking over and killing everything or whatever. But years later, Robert remembers that he was once a superhero and comes back as a Sentry, and the world starts to remember who he was. If the MCU decides to adapt the character faithfully, Sentry could be revealed to have been a part of the MCU the entire time, which is something I honestly hope they do. Yes, it's very risky. They could mess it up badly and ruin years upon years of storytelling. But we've wanted the MCU to take risks. We don't want another Quantumania, a film that took no risks and pretty much ended the same way it began. So I think Marvel should do this one big risky thing. And if it ends up ruining the MCU as we know it, they can always retcon or just decanonize the project. I mean, that's what they're doing with Secret Invasion, right? Right? So that's all I have to say about our friend Bob, the Sentry. But real quick, let's give the viewers who skipped this part of the video a little prank. 3, 2, 1. But isn't that crazy? Bob is really for Bushman. Wait a second. I think I might have put in the wrong timestamp earlier. Oops. Sorry guys, I just spoiled Bob's identity to y'all. My bad. Anyway, back to the Thunderbolts. All of these characters have a lot in common. They're the mess-ups, the heroes nobody cares about. They've done the dirty work, the jobs that the other guys were too pure for. Some of them did it because they were told to, others were forced to. And when they were freed from that work, they didn't know what else to do in life, so they kept doing it and have been forgotten or looked down upon. All of these parallels between the characters is one of the reasons I love the team's lineup. I know a lot of the characters have the same powers, which does bother me a bit, but the thing that intrigued me about this version of the Thunderbolts are the characters' personalities. They all have this jaggedness that keeps them from getting along with everybody they come across. The mix of personalities just can't work. But yet again, they're put in a situation where they're forced to work together. At San Diego Comic-Con, they said the enjoyment of watching these characters work together is how well they don't work together. I hope this means that even at the end of the movie, they still don't know how to work together well, or at least still don't like each other. It sounds much more interesting to me if this team doesn't like each other and doesn't want to work together, but has to because there's a mission out there that needs to be done and they're the only ones available to do it. For this film, it's less interesting to me if the team hates each other at first, but then grows to love each other in the end, which isn't bad by any means. It was a fantastic story in Guardians of the Galaxy, but the thing is, we've seen it before, and I want something new. I'm fine if some of the characters grow closer together and make new friendships, but the majority of the team should still hate or dislike each other. I mean, do you think US Agent, who was once Captain America, could ever get along with Red Guardian, Russia's version of Captain America? I don't think so. Now, I understand why lots of people don't love the team's roster, or didn't love it. The trailer has gotten lots of excitement and praise. As I said earlier, a lot of the characters have the same powers. Bucky is a super soldier, Red Guardian is a super soldier, US Agent is a super soldier, Yelena is a super spy, and so is Taskmaster. Ghost is the only character on the team that has a unique power. Again, this does bother me a bit. Me and a lot of other people were worried that the action would be kind of dull. But after seeing the trailer, we know that the action in this movie is gonna go hard, unless if they only showed the cool parts. I also understand the criticism that the team is missing some important characters, such as Zemo and Abomination. I would love to see those characters on this team, but She-Hulk kind of ruined Abomination, so I don't really want him anymore, and with Zemo, I have a theory. Now, I've had this theory ever since the roster was revealed, and it's not backed up by anything we've seen or heard from the film since then, so it's pretty low on the likely scale. Anyway, after seeing the lack of Zemo on this team a couple years ago, I immediately thought that he could be the main villain of the film, the mastermind behind all the chaos going on in the story. The character formed the original Thunderbolts team in the comics, and he's one of the few MCU villains who's still alive. It feels a little strange that he isn't on the team, but it would fit pretty nicely if Zemo is the villain. In fact, I think I'd prefer that. I don't really have much faith in this theory anymore. Val already seems to be the character in this movie that I thought Zemo would be, but it could still happen. I'm still holding out hope. I would love Zemo to be in this film, but I don't need him to be, because I'm already excited for this movie. I love the characters we're getting to see again, and I love this poster. It's awesome looking and a lot of fun that everyone is trying to kill each other, except Yelena. She'd just be chilling. The tagline is also great. Careful who you assemble. It's super cool and could possibly play into the Asterisk in the title. So let's talk about what this asterisk could mean. It could mean the full title is yet to be revealed, like the Thunderbolts Age of insert spoiler here. Or it could mean that the current name of the film is temporary or a placeholder. Maybe at the end of the movie it's revealed that it's a Dark Avengers film, which is a very popular theory. But in the comics, the Dark Avengers were actually villains posing as heroes, and this film's cast is filled with shady good guys and reformed villains who are now anti-heroes. So I don't think it'll be the Dark Avengers. It doesn't quite fit for me, but I do think it has something to do with the Avengers title. So in the upcoming Captain America 4 Brave New World, it seems that Thaddeus Ross, who real quick isn't actually the reason why this team is called the Thunderbolts. He was on the team during a revamp of the Thunderbolts, but Zemo originally named the team because reasons. It's just a coincidence that some people call Ross Thunderbolt Ross. It has no connection to the team's name whatsoever. Anyway, with Ross now being the president of the USA in the MCU, it seems that in Captain America Brave New World, Ross is wanting to reassemble the Avengers. And I bet he's personally assigned Val to assemble these new Avengers, which is exactly what I think the asterisk stands for. I bet the film is secretly called The New Avengers. Sure, the title Dark Avengers could still work, but I personally think it's too predictable. I mean, a whole bunch of people came up with the same theory immediately when the asterisk was revealed. But if this group was revealed to be the new Avengers going forward, would be way more insane if it's just revealed to be an Avengers spin-off, like the Dark Avengers. I just hope the asterisk doesn't stand for something anticlimactic, like a joke in the film where some of the Thunderbolts don't like the name Thunderbolts, so they put an asterisk at the end signifying that they might change it later and just carry on with the mission. This movie already has so much to live up to because of the trailer alone, and it's truly been a while since I've been this excited for an MCU project like this. I genuinely cannot wait for this film. This movie could be peak. But those were my thoughts on the Thunderbolts with an asterisk. Thanks for watching, and feel free to share your opinions on the Thunderbolts trailer in the comments below. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye-bye.